So Makoto reunites with the horrible, horrible goddess. Now, goddesses in isekai are usually not something to write home about. I mean, more often than not, they do kind of bite you in the butt, but there's something special about the one in Tsukimichi because it's just the level of hate, and it all stems to that she thinks our boy's ugly. Like, physically, emotionally, just, she thinks he's a garbage truck. Like, just, get out of my sight. And there's no humility. There's no humbleness. There's no, maybe I shouldn't have treated you like trash. It's just, I summoned you, I control you, you do what I want if I need you. And the idea that Makoto desperately tries for his dear life not to go see her again, and by the time he does, he's not even in a moment of like wanting to kill her. It's just more of like, just leave me the hell alone. It did not go the way I expected, especially for a character, because often when your characters try to tell arguably one of the most powerful beings in the world to eat shit, it usually doesn't go out that well. Thank God for Shiki, because not only did we get probably the best thing that could have been asked, which is the ability to speak the common tongue. I did not think about it, similar to Makoto, because I've grown so used to him using his little menu system. But the idea that we're getting some sort of reward for also helping the heroes, because she pretty much summons us saying, go help them, and he says, eat shit, I'm not gonna help you. And she's like, well, I'll kill you. And he's like, well, if you could do that, you would have already done it. Something happened because she was panicking. I'm assuming she got some, someone's trying to hustle for her hand in marriage, or someone's trying to get her to agree to something, and she's pretty frightened. So the fact that we not only have the agreement that if we don't directly oppose the humans, she'll leave us alone. Do I believe it? Time will tell, but it's not the worst offer on top of being able to now speak the common tongue. I 100% believe she could have given us that information without making our mind shatter to the point we were gushing blood from our eyes. I think she did that as a little F you, deal with it. But either way, episode 20 wasn't playing. Now, of course, I have full live reactions to all these wonderful episodes of Tsukimichi over on my Patreon, so if you want to see my full uncut thought to this or any of these episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. So, banger of an episode. I mean, one of the first things we see in this episode is probably the most resting bitch face I've seen from Makoto, and it's a little frightening. That's the look of a man you don't want to upset or have on your bad side. But I have to admit, despite knowing already what they were doing with the sword, hey, the sword's how we teleport. Because if we told the king, if we told Princess Lily that, hey, we can just teleport willy-nilly, then they're just gonna say, help us or else, and they're gonna know that it's not a limited resource. So the idea of making them beg for it really does set us up good. As Makoto says though, the king did more or less threaten him, but at the same time, before the threatening, it was, we'll give you whatever you want. We're actually sitting good. By the way we've handled things with this arc, despite some of the criticisms people had about Makoto quote-unquote not doing anything and letting people die, the fact that the whole city now is going to worship the ground he walks on, the fact that the king has already agreed to giving him whatever he wants, and the goddess is agreeing to leave us the hell alone if we leave humans alone and don't go side with demons, and we can now also speak the common tongue. Now, is everything gonna go up Makoto's way? No, Makoto's usually up shit's creek without a paddle. It's literally stated in this episode, luck and him don't get along. But this was a pretty freaking lucky episode. But then again, can you really call it lucky when he's had 30 some odd episodes to even get a proper good luck episode? And even then, he was thrown out of the sky, and I love how he has to look at our boy and be like, first time? Because he's just so used. I kind of feel like him just casually sitting with his, crisscross applesauce just falling through the sky has to be his way of finally relaxing after the hell of a week he's just had. But I mean, this was a very exciting episode. There was a lot of fun. There's also still more setup, but we're pretty much at war. We have Mio and Tomoe and the group of lizard men as well as orcs. They go into battle, and I love the idea that we have, I thought it was going to be a spider versus snake moment, but apparently it's a dragon. The dude does not look like a dragon to me, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna just imagine in my own head it's more snake-like because, snakes and spiders generally do fight each other in fiction, but that should be a pretty fun fight. Tomoe, I mean, I don't even think you need an army, just send Emma. The girl's scary, man. There's a very select few characters who actually, I would not want to get on their bad side if they were real. And Emma, it's Emma at number 1, I'm being 100%, followed by Tomoe and Mio. There's something about little pig lady that just scares the shit out of me. She seems so innocent at face value, but this bitch is crazy, man. And I think she beat some dude over the head at one point. It's just, I love it. But it's looking fun. It feels like we're still in the stages of setting up where things are still going, but we're getting a lot of payoff. And while sure, maybe some of the setup that we had earlier into the season wasn't as exciting as what we're now going to get with the last stretch of Tsukimichi Season 2. This stretch of Tsukimichi Season 2 wouldn't be enjoyable without all that setup. Like, that's the big thing. And honestly, man, it was just fun because everything that we knew about the reasons for sitting back, how we were going to manipulate things for our own benefit, is coming to fruition, but they then sideswipe you with and it's not even just that the goddess summoned him that's surprising, it's more about how the conversation went. To get the ability to not only speak the common tongue, and for her to be like, you're just an idiot because you should have been able to figure it out by now. Screw her. She's horrible. Like, just, I'm convinced the reason she always has that aura around her is because she's actually hideous and she uses it as like a form of makeup. Because there's no way, like, how can you be this toxic, man? But I love the idea that a conversation that easily could have been like, I'm ready to beat the living shit out of this woman, goes into like, I'm just so annoyed with this woman that I also kind of want to beat the king and everyone else who's pissing me off. But really, I just want to be left alone for a minute. Turned into us being able to now speak the common tongue and have a way out from dealing with this goddess for the foreseeable future. It's not going to go completely smoothly, might not go smoothly at all, mind you, but we got a path of goddamn hope. Now, the thing is even though the title of next week's episode does make it feel like both of the heroes are going to be useful, at the same time, I do like Makoto's reasoning of like, hey, we were all summoned to the same world, I would like to get along with the heroes if I can and help them, but I already have a bad feeling about the mind control Gios form hero, because I think he's going to make some dumbass decisions, and I think he's going to get under Makoto's bad side. And if he opposes him, I think the goddess's plan would go up in smoke, but I guess time will tell. But you know, overall, Tsukimichi, like, if we would just start seasons and like every other episode have moments like these, we would grow bored of them and it wouldn't feel like there was like setup to make them feel worthwhile. And while definitely I had my issues with Core 1, as I've stated throughout many videos, especially when I was covering Core 1, it was literally 13 onwards has just nothing but a banger for me. Absolutely loving it. And as I've said, you know, I wasn't sure if Tsukimichi Season 2 could surpass Season 1 with kind of like the bumpy road it was going on in the early stages. But yeah, this is now my new favorite Tsukimichi season. And honestly, I'm interested to see where a Season 3 would go, but let me know what you thought down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell so you know if I want to upload more, and like I mentioned, got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Sypic, Uriel Cruz, Blood iOS, Samantha, That Random Man, Anime Man, and we also have Paul Tar. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.